Hi, and welcome to Dairy Worker Training Manual, Module number 6, Dairy Cattle Handling. I'm Maria Van Dixon, Clark County Dairy and Livestock Agent.
And I'm Erica O'Paddock, Kewaunee County Agriculture Agent. Today we'll be talking about parlor movement of cows, crowd gate operation, overall cow handling, and natural cattle behavior. Today we're at the University of Wisconsin Arlington Research Station.
As I walk towards this cow, she's going to want to try to keep her eye on me so that she knows where I am. Alright, so as I walk towards her, see her move her head a little bit more this direction, and as I move back behind her, she's going to just tip that eye just a little bit further and try to keep her eye on me. If I were to push on her, she's not going to move away from me like what we would expect. She is a little bit because I pushed pretty hard, and she's getting to know that she can trust me, but if I push on her here, as you can see, she's really going to push back. Alright, so we don't want to get in between two cows that are doing this because they can pin us and continue to push on us. But we can use this to our advantage. So now I know she's pushing and she's got all her weight on that leg down there, and I have all my weight on this leg. So what I can do is now I can work with her udder, I can work with her here and be fairly safe because I know she can't kick me with this leg while she has all of that weight on it. Okay? If I want to push her around and I want to work on the other side of her, the last thing I want to do is get over here and push. I want to say, okay, put your eye on me. So I'm going to tap on her here, and she's going to put her eye on me, and now I can get in here and work with this cow. Now I can get in and I can push on this side, and she will put her weight on this leg here.
The best way to move cows into a holding pen is to move them quietly and calmly. Cows are creatures of habit, so they'll move to the parlor naturally just because it's what they do. And what we're looking for here is when this pen is full, we'll be looking for signs of overcrowding. Right now there's plenty of room in between the cows. The gate hasn't been closed yet. I'm lowering the crowd gate and we'll start moving these cows up. These cows are pretty well trained. When that crowd gate came down, they moved up on their own. If you look at the group of cows that are in the pen right now, you can see that they have plenty of room. They can turn around if they need to. But when the gate moves up on them, we'll see evidence of overcrowding. You can see the gate's getting close to the cows now, and they're starting to bunch up. So this is probably an adequately crowded pen. The cows have plenty of room to move. They know that they're supposed to move up towards the parlor, and this is pretty adequate. So again, these cows are trained pretty well that when this crowd gate touches them, they move. And right away, it's starting to get a little overcrowded. The cows are turning to face the crowd gate. And you can see the cows towards the front of the pen are holding up their heads. We have cows facing the crowd gate. We have cows in here sideways. So this is definitely overcrowded. It could be worse, but it's already definitely overcrowded. Cows up front are hunching up. They're really tight for space up front towards the parlor.
When we talk about a heifer comes in, we want the heifer to learn to stand still in the parlor. So what we're going to do first is we're going to put our hand on her udder, and as soon as she stops moving, we're going to take it off so that she knows that when she stops, that's when the pressure comes off. So I'm going to put my hand on her teat next. When she stops, so I'll take that off. I'll put that back on. Notice how this time she didn't move at all. She's got it figured out that if she moves, the hand stays on. If she stays still and behaves herself, that'll come off. So that's what we want to create in our young heifers. We want them to have the idea that when we touch them, we're not going to let them go until they stop moving. So that'll keep her from being a dancy heifer the rest of her life. We want to start here on the backside of the udder because it's easiest to keep our hand there. If we start here and she does that, it's really hard for me to keep my hand there until she relaxes and stops. Okay, so that's how we want to start every new heifer, and what you'll end up with is a bunch of cows that know the best way to get you to leave them alone is to stop moving. Okay, if we started here and she did a whole bunch of moving around and I lost control of this, she would learn that the best way to get me to leave her alone is to move, and we'd have a cow that would never stop moving the rest of her life.
If you notice that this parlor is very quiet, there's no blaring music in the background, cows are calm, people aren't yelling. What we're going to see when they let these cows out, that the cows are released very quietly, no one will be yelling at them or hitting them, and the next group will be allowed to come in very quietly, and they'll step back and let the cows come in while they load quietly, and they'll be coming in. So notice how the cows all leave quietly, and the next cow immediately starts to come in without any urging or prompting. They load quietly, the workers stay out of their way, and the cows load one by one without any urging or yelling. You notice how the workers are standing back and staying out of the cow's point of view. And every cow will load on her own without assistance.
So as I walk towards this cow, when she moves, that's going to be the beginning of her flight zone. So as I'm going to walk towards her, there would be her flight zone. If I back out of it, you notice how she walks kind of slowly away. Now I'm going to walk towards her again, and hopefully take her head out of there. And I'm going to give her the room to do that. She's going to turn towards me because cows like to be able to see you. So she wouldn't turn away because that would put me in her blind spot right behind her. If I come this way, I walk the opposite direction of her, she's going to move faster. If I walk the same direction as her, try it again. We'll get her to turn, and she's going to turn towards me. You see that? She's not going to want to turn away. So we'll get her to turn towards me, and then I'm going to walk the same direction as her, and she's going to walk fairly easily because I'm right at her balance point. She's not sure if I want her to go forward or backwards. But if I were to turn her around, here you go, hon, and I were to walk the opposite direction of her, see how she's going to speed up? As soon as I turn around and have her go this way, she's trying to decide what I'm doing here, but I can get her to walk there. Now, what I don't want to do with this cow as I'm chasing her is I don't want to stand right back here. See how she's got her head turned so she can see me? If she were in a whole group of cows and her head were forward and I was right behind her, this would be her blind spot. So as I walked up on it, I could get kicked there. So I don't want to be there.